Although some WNBA players had positive reviews of bubble accommodations, video surfaced of unsanitary conditions where some players were living. This from our Kayla Johnson here at ESPN. There were reports of rodent traps, bed bugs, and showers that didn't drain, among other things inside the lodge at IMG Academy, one of 3 housing sites for players in Bradenton, Florida. Now, WNBA PA Executive Director Terry Jackson told ESPN's Graham Hayes that a few players in the lodge asked to be relocated, and those requests were met. On that note, I'm thrilled to bring in Seattle Storm's Alysha Clark. Alysha, thank you so much for taking time to be with us this morning. And I want to dive right into these living conditions. Now, I spoke with Kayla Johnson prior to this interview, and she had also told me that the WNBA players flew commercial, which I found concerning down to the bubble, and also that it's not just WNBA players in this lodge. There's other people staying there as well, which also brings up concerns for the player safety. Let's start with this. How would you describe the conditions when you arrived?
First, hi, thank you for having me. It's kind of a weird situation because, people want to only cover, the WNBA or things we're doing when it's something that's wrong. And while, yes, coming into the bubble, coming down here to IMG, seeing the laundry room and the things underneath our beds and the problems that we had were completely unacceptable from any standard. But the crazy thing is not all living situations here, not all the players are in situations like this. So the fact that there are, better accommodations, it's just like, why was this even an option?
Lisa, thank you for being on the show. I was told that after I mentioned something about this yesterday, all of a sudden there was a Zoom call, and then after that, lodging and food issues have improved over the last 24 hours or so. I want to know, is there any truth to that whatsoever, and how comfortable are you guys feeling at this particular moment in time?
Yeah, once we, raised our concerns and came to the league with, telling them that this was unacceptable, they did their part in trying to remedy the situation. Um, and, it has been, the players that have asked to be relocated have, the point is that it shouldn't even have to come to a video being posted or you guys saying something for it to be done. It should have been done beforehand.
All things considered, at this moment, how do you feel about living and playing in the bubble?
I mean, for anybody, this situation isn't ideal, and it's not going to be perfect. We understand that. But, just trying to make the best of it. We all, obviously are here for a reason. This is, a completely new situation for the WNBA, having all 12 teams in one place. So it'll give us opportunities to come together as, players to talk about ways that we can help with social justice and, how we want to continue to progress the league so that it is here for another 20 years for younger girls to be able to play in. And, that's something, even talking about the situations right now, is just holding them accountable and helping push that envelope forward so the league is here for another 20 years.
Alysha, I want to get your perspective on another issue regarding the WNBA, why we have you here. So Atlanta Dream co-owner Kelly Loeffler, who's also the junior U.S. Senator for Georgia, she sent a letter to WNBA Commissioner Cathy Engelbert expressing her opposition to Black Lives Matter movement in response to the league approving the phrase she displayed prominently on its court. So here's an excerpt from Loeffler's letter to WNBA Commissioner Cathy Engelbert, first obtained by the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. Quote, "The truth is we need less, not more politics in sports. In a time when polarizing politics is as divisive as ever, sports has the power to be a unifying antidote. And now, more than ever, we should be united in our goal to remove politics from sports. The lives of each and every African American matter, and there's no debating the fact that there's no place for racism in our country. However, I adamantly oppose the Black Lives Matter political movement." Now, many notable WNBA players, including yourself, have asked the commissioner to remove Loeffler as co-owner of the Dream. Why is it important to you and to the other players for the league to really take action on this issue?
It's important because 80% of the WNBA is Black. You know what I mean? To have a co-owner that, her beliefs and what she thinks directly affects the majority of the players in the league is unacceptable. For us, we want, as a WNBA, we are about inclusion. We're about equality, and you're constantly seeing WNBA players at the front of social justice causes, fighting for what's right. And so to have somebody a part of our league owning a team, that opposes the equality of Black lives just doesn't make sense, and she needs to go, because you have players on your team that are sitting out this year to make a difference, and do things in their community for social justice, but yet your beliefs and your comments are directly oppressing what they're trying to accomplish. So we need people in leadership positions that are trying to help push that message forward, help push that change forward, and not keep it the same.
Incidentally,
quick
Loeffler
comments
did
before
not
I
win an
ask my
election to
question.
win her
Hold on,
seat.
hold on,
She
hold
was
on, Mac.
appointed
Hold on,
by
Mac.
the governor.
Two quick. What?
The junior senator was appointed by the governor. There's a special election coming up November 3rd for Kelly Loeffler's seat. She was appointed and never won an election to become U.S. Senator. Just
Okay.
FYI.
Well, first of all, what I'd like to say about her is that they said something along the lines of removing her from day to day. That's not enough. When players in the league are asking her to be removed as an owner for a team, number one, and number two, I don't want to hear any politician saying that politics shouldn't be a part of sports when they say they have nothing to say when the president of the United States comments about sports all the time.